Hello everyone, this is Mumbo here, welcome back, and today we're going to be taking a look at something really awesome, and that is the fancy hidden storage. Now what makes something fancy? I mean, I don't even know if you can make something fancy in Minecraft because it's just 1 meter by 1 meter squares. Well, I tell ya, fancy is something that makes a fairly simple function extremely complicated, so much so that it is almost unrecognisable as the original thing, but it's a hell of a lot more fun to use, and it looks more awesome, and let's face it gets the women. Honestly, I have no clue why I said that, it just felt like a good idea at the time. I'm gonna leave it in just because I can. Moving swiftly on, let's take a look at this thing in action. So, in front of us, you can see it's right there. Obviously, if you were doing this in an actual secretive situation, you wouldn't have the lever directly in front of it, you would have it far away or use a secret redstone activation device. But anyway, let's flick it and you'll see that it opens up, and then these two blocks drop down to represent what is inside the chest. I'm sure you've all gathered what's in there. You can head inside, pick up your bows and hose, and have a fantastic time. Then once you're done, head back on out and flick the lever again, and no one would even know that you were in there. It's the best kind. Now unfortunately, with all this extravagance and fanciness, all these great little features here, it does come with a bit of a price, and that is in the form of redstone. So I'm going to jam on my camera studio mod, and let's take a look. So here it is, stripped back to the bare minimums, all of the decoration blocks have been removed, and you can see it certainly isn't the smallest mechanism in the world. In fact, it's fairly large. It uses a lot of redstone and resources, and if you were going to build this, you're going to need quite a lot of kit with you. But if you do think about it, quite a lot of things do have to happen for this to work. You've got the double piston extender, the block swapper, and the lower pistons, all of which has to work in sync. Now this is also a mirrored design. You can see that I built one side and then just mirrored it on the other, and you connect those up from down below. Now you shouldn't have any trouble doing that. I'm only going to do one side for the tutorial because the other side is sort of self-explanatory. So without further ado, let's crack straight on with this tutorial. So you want to get things started with a 3x5 area, place a sticky piston in this corner if you're doing the right hand side. If you're doing the left hand side, obviously it will go in this corner, but then you just want to place a wall block here, so whatever your wall's made out of, then you want to go a block back, place a block, two wall blocks, and then your swapper block. This is what's going to be inside your chest or something that represents it, and then you just want to place your second swapper piston up here. Then your chest is going to be going right there. You can then surround it with blocks because obviously you can't see any redstone from the inside. So a bit like that. Now obviously that's going to make your outer wall. So that's just something to bear in mind. Now for your double piston extender, you just want to go around the back, place two blocks along like this and two sticky pistons there. Obviously that is the double piston extender. Now we're going to be using a fairly classic design. I'm sure some of you have seen it before. It's just the old 2 ticks, 4 ticks and no ticks here, and then just link all of those up. That will create a perfectly good double piston extender circuit, and it still works well. Now you want to go down to the bottom, place two blocks along like this, redstone dust and a repeater, set it to 4 ticks. Now this block here is going to be your input block, so just keep that in mind. Now you just want to place a dropper right next to that block with a hopper running into it. That is going to make up the monostable circuit, so you just want to place an item into that dropper and then place your hopper running into that dropper. And then you just want to place a comparator running out of here with a block like this, block here and block here, redstone dust and a repeater like that. Now you just want to go up to the top and replace this block with a transparent one, being a half slab or a piece of glowstone. A little bit like this. Sorry, I didn't have any of it in my inventory. Now you just want to go down beneath, place a block, a repeater, set it to 2 ticks, then a block up like this, redstone torch there, and then another redstone torch right here. Now up here is going to be where your falling edge monostable circuit for this goes, but let's just give this part a quick tester. So you'll see that will get pushed up, and that is the first part of the swapper, and then when we flick this again, it will get retracted, so all we have to do is do this top piston extension. So finally, you just want to place a block up on top of this torch, a redstone torch there, 2 blocks along like this, a repeater, set it to 2 ticks, redstone dust here, and this is where things get interesting. We're going to be placing our hopper and our dropper setup, that little monostable circuit there, but if we leave it like this, then this redstone is actually going to power this hopper. So When this goes up, it won't come back down until that turns off, and that means it will be a fairly useless monostable circuit. So what we do is place a detector rail like this that will divert the signal so it only ever powers our dropper, which means that this is absolutely perfect. So then you just want to place a block, a comparator, and then a block running into that piston, and you'll see that this now works like a charm. So there we have it, we've got our sandstone there, but then when we flick it again, you'll see it gets swapped out for our lapis block. Awesome. So as I said earlier on, if you did want to create the 2 wide version, then obviously you just mirror it on the other side. There are no differences in the redstone, it's just the opposite way round. Now if you do want a little bit more help on that, then there is a world download in the description below that you can check out for yourselves, and that should provide you with all of the information that you require. But unfortunately, that is all I've got time for today, so if you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.